Hey Alphas, remember all the way back when I made that video on How to Train Your Dragon: The Journey, and the fact that the game still hasn't come out? Well, that could be changing, as I know I got a lot of comments asking for a release date, so I've done some more digging and I found out some more information to discuss, so let's discuss brand new details on How to Train Your Dragon: The Journey. P.S. Thank you to ThatWyvernCritic for helping in the Discord, which you should totally join by the way. Also check out his channel. Let's go discuss the new news now. That was a tongue twister. So in the last video I covered, I discussed a potential new dragon they had made for the game, and it seems definite now. The dragon in translation goes by the name Butterfly Honey Dragon, which is pretty obvious by its design. Obviously the translations may actually not be what we get in a potential English version, which is a discussion in itself. That's right, there are two new dragons found in screenshots of gameplay, etc. First is this dragon, which looks very much raptor-like. But by the translation, I guess it has Phoenix design references, as it goes and translates to Fire Feather Dragon, which is awesome. By the image, it looks like it has the Stalker icon, which would make complete sense. The next dragon goes with the translation of Cone Ice Dragon 1. I don't understand the one part, but maybe they're part of a variation, which is a cool concept. But this dragon is obviously going to be title class. But I like how this new art style allows them to create new dragons for the franchise that suit the art style, as if they had a movie TV show variation, they may not look as well. But the ThatWyvernCritic also mentioned that the Stormcutter here looks a bit different from the ones we've seen previously. Hopefully it's a continuation of gender variation from the Gift of the Nightfury, or just a different coloration, though I do get his point, it looks off in some way. But that's all the new dragons, but it still ignites hope that there might be even more new dragon species for the game, which is promising, and is definitely a reason to check out the game. So about the release date, right? There still isn't one. I know, shocking to be honest, but on the official Bilibili page there are loads of advertisements and posts regularly posted about the games, so it looks like we may be closer to a release date than we think. Though there is some anger amongst fans as the team seem to be very secretive about that topic, so I do hope soon. There was someone who posted about August the 2nd, as well as there was 2 tests recently conducted for the game. I couldn't find anything to back up the 2nd of August, but hopefully he may be right. I just included it just in case. Though another reason the game must be ready to come out soon is obviously it was revealed ages ago, but what we're about to talk about backs it up, so let's get into it. So, as we talked about before, the game must be set to release very soon. In a few months hopefully. Though I said that last time, but now we have pre-orders and the ability to make reservations for the games. All the links that I have will be down below for anyone else wanting to reserve, research, or just generally be kept in the loop with How to Train Your Dragon: The Journey. Going on the official Bilibili How to Train Your Dragon: The Journey page, there was a post dedicated to the celebration of How to Train Your Dragon 2's 10th anniversary, which is still making me question the reality of aging lol, and how there was a special event set to happen on set to celebrate that milestone, which is something to discuss a little later on, though it's still in the section of this video. But when I visited the Tomorrowland website page for the game, which I believe to be the developers, scrolling down I was able to find a set of 4 images and titles dedicated to the pre-orders, which are on screen now. The first was with Fish Legs, which has an active number and a count of people's reservations, and people taking part. As of recording the audio and writing the script, we're on 1.8 million people joined, up, which is very nice for a mobile game, making the community close to hitting the 2 million reward milestone. There is a different amount of milestone for the different amount of people joined, which will all be bonuses for when we finally get to be able to play the game, taking part in those challenges. But the bonuses don't end there. There is also real world prizes it looks like you can win, from a PS5 to keychains, keyboards, which is honestly a neat way to get people to reserve the game and take part in the pre-order bonuses. I tried, but unfortunately it doesn't accept my English phone number, but hey ho, it's not unusual for this game, as the amount of bouncing back from website to website and translations etc. has been tedious at best. But remember, I am making this video for the uninformed How to Train Your Dragon community, so whilst you're at it, like the video and comment about the game. If you have issues, also comment, because at the end of the day, as a community we have a reason to voice concerns, praise and anything we want about our favourite franchise. But as I discussed just a little before, the event is still live by the time I'm writing and reading the script. Some of the rewards like the PS5 seem to be gone, but I'm not sure though. But if you were able to get logged in, then I suggest taking part in this event, as it's a pretty neat way to engage with the community. But the reality is, the inclusion of pre-orders and bonuses supporting the game early comes as no surprise. If anything, I do suggest this to be evidence that the game should be releasing soon, but honestly this game is a bit of a nightmare to keep up with, or even knowing where it's at in progression and development for its release. But as I say, it looks like it's going to be soon. Don't take my word on it though. Though this might not be up everyone's street, on the official community the voice actors of the majority gang have been revealed. It's important to note that none of the original voice actors have returned. Well, I'm not sure who voiced in the Chinese dubs of the movies and TV shows, but I really meant for us English and Americans, the Europeans. So the voice actors for Hiccup is on screen now, as I don't want to butcher any of the names. The voice actor for Astrid is And the voice actor for Fishlegs is... The twins are also voiced separately by... Snotlout, who is voiced by no one right now, or will be, it just hasn't been stated or revealed yet from what I can find. But I'm glad, I don't want to hear his voice. So for what it looks like, the Chinese community are very hyped about the voice actors picked for the game, which is great to hear. The thing I treasure about the game is how different yet familiar it wants to be, and they are very nailing down on key little features that overall add to become a better Reiserberg. Voice acting is a cool idea, to be honest, but maybe these voice actors are only for the Chinese version of the game, and that's why there is nothing about English voice actors or other languages, but honestly, talking about an English version of the game is a topic in itself. We've got some exciting new details about dragon breeding that you're going to love. If you don't have a suitable second dragon in your own nest, don't worry, you can now choose from the dragons loaned by your friends, so make sure to add as many friends as possible to expand your options. Now let's discuss about breeding items. Breeding 2 dragons requires special items which come in 2 types, passive breeding items and talent breeding items. You can obtain these items through various channels such as Dragonstone stores, arena stores and in-game activities. Once you successfully breed your dragons, the eggs will take some time to hatch, but here's a cool trick: if your friends visit your island and touch the hatching eggs, the hatching time should be shortened. Each egg can be touched up to 3 times, so call in some favours. After your dragon hatches, there's an exclamation mark on its head. Click it to either quickly feed your dragon, which skips the feeding stage and gives you an adult dragon with the current attributes, or you can choose to feed it specific foods. Different foods will increase different talent values and each dragon can be fed up to 3 times, so make sure to choose wisely to raise the strongest dragons possible. I honestly like this concept. It's cool to have a bit of variation, different statistics and stats and attributes for dragons, a bit more of a longevity and a bit more strategy to the game. Additionally, I'm also a fan of this other player interactivity similar to Reiserberg battling. There also looks to be weather in the game, I think based on the IRL seasons from what I can gather about these screenshots and posters. Following that theme, there are also some images suggesting seasonal based events like this Halloween dragon finding one, and the others like riddle solving etc, which is neat. And it's nice to have like annual events going on, similar to what Reiserberg does. But let's move on. And now let's discuss a burning question many of you may have. Will there be an English version of How to Train Your Dragon: The Journey? There hasn't been an official announcement yet. The game's growing popularity and the developers' attention to community engagement make me hopeful. The inclusion of international players and excitement around global franchises like How to Train Your Dragon suggests an English version could be on the horizon. Until we get more concrete information, let's continue to support the game and share our enthusiasm, showing the developers that there is a strong demand for an English release. But honestly, it's kind of like 6 2/3 of a question, as the game should realistically have an English version, but you let me know what you think down below. However, that wraps up today's video on the updates for How to Train Your Dragon: The Journey. We've delved into the new dragons, discussed the elusive release date, and covered exciting features like pre-orders, voice actors, and game mechanics. The game is shaping up to be an incredible addition to the How to Train Your Dragon universe, even if it's a bit of a rollercoaster to keep up with. Remember to join the My 4 Phases Discord for the latest updates, and a huge thanks to ThatWyvernCritic for assistance. Don't forget to like this video and drop a comment with your thoughts or questions about the game. Your engagement helps build our community and keeps the conversation going. Stay tuned for more updates. Until next time, keep your hearts brave and keep your dragons flying high, and alphas, happy dragon training.